Mahalo everybody, Grande Papa here, that's Big Daddy, Big Dick Ballistics, coming at you today with the 365 Xmacro. Before we get into it, let's make sure this thing's safe, clear, and empty. No source, chamber is empty. So recently my friend John from Three River Blades let me borrow this. He knows I'm a big Sigsauer guy, so when he said, hey, you want to test this out? I was like, yeah, let me try it. I do have a 365. It's the nice young people department version, if you can read between the lines, and that so far has worked out good for me. I love it for the capacity, the size. It's very accurate. I shoot B8s with it all day, 25 yards. It's good to go. I had that issue with the trigger bar return spring. I changed that out with an Armory Craft American-made spring, and it worked out just fine. And I still carry it every day. Now, as soon as I picked it up, immediately upon grabbing it, I felt just right. It has a good surface area, good grip texture to accommodate my messed up hands. In every video I say it, I have meaty palms and short fingers, so it fit perfectly. The thing that really caught my eye was in the slide, the porting in the slide, but notice how the barrel is recessed behind the porting, meaning the break isn't threaded onto the barrel. So this is a little different, and I was curious to see how it shot. And I was also curious to see how this thing actually compares to the 365 in terms of muzzle flip and size-wise compared to the 365 XL. What I also liked about this thing, it also has a cutout for their Romeo Zero. Now they have the Romeo Zero Pro as well. But same difference, takes down like a regular 365, has Sigs takedown lever where you just flip it those 45 degrees and it comes right off. We have that flat face trigger. It's got a nice crisp solid break. Nice return. It's perceived to be less trigger take up, less trigger pull weight with that flat face trigger, so I like that as well. I like this little piece of beaver tail right up over here. It's good. And it's also got Sig's pick rail on here. On my concealed carry guns, I don't run lights. I run a hand light. I tried out my TLR 1HL on here. Maybe with a different key, it might marry up. This is a Glock key on here. Everything has to be FDE or else you're not an operator. So Glock key, it's not gonna mar up. It's just not gonna do it. So that's out of the question. X300 Ultra, and this has a Glock key on it as well. It stops right at the front, and I don't think if you changed out that key as well, it would work. Also would be a little kind of retarded. So maybe, yeah, good for a standoff device, but it's just going to rip off the gun. So that's no go either. So if you're going to use a TLR 7, a TLR 8, something like that, different bezels that would accommodate on there, it would stay flush fit probably. You could use that, but again, this is for concealment. I don't want to chunk up on something that I'm going to run in the appendix position. To me, it's just not worth it. So, like I said, I could take or leave this pick rail in the front, but it is a good option for somebody that wants an all-in-one package. It's got Sigsauer X-Ray 3 sights on it. Those are those night sights. They draw your eye. They're very nice, if you can see that right there. It's the same sights that are on the 365 and the 365 XL. The sight radius, not much more, and a lot of people are really like anal about that. On the 365, it's 4.9 inches. This, it's 5.1. So, is it going to make or break anything? No. Like I said, I shoot B8s at 25 yards with my 365 all the time, and I'm in the 90s, the mid to high 90s with that thing, whether it be timed or untimed. And yes, I'll put a picture up of a target one day, or I'll actually film myself doing it, but trust me, I do it, and it's going to take somebody's head off. It's always in the black. So the sights are there. They're good. I haven't had a problem with them. Some people have a problem with the little tritium vial, the actual night sight in the front walking out. I've never had a problem with that as well. Now, as for the barrel, it's still the same 3.1-inch barrel, and it handles recoil very well. Part and parcel because of this comp. Now, the other reason it handles recoil so well is this grip. I really love it. I was able to crush it. As you can see from the video, that grip surface makes the gun, to me anyway. It's totally awesome, totally worth it. I get limited muzzle rides from this thing. My 365, even with the pinky extension for that 12+1 magazine, I have to grip the snot out of it with my support hand. This, not so much, because even though, you know, most of my grip is coming from my support hand, I still could utilize this hand now to grip a little while pulling the trigger. It's still 1.1 inches wide, just like the 365. And your overall weight, 21 ounces unloaded versus that 17 ounces with the 365. So yeah, you have a little more chunk up on here because you have this cutout with the screws for the red dot, and also you have this extra chunk from the slide up over here. Like all Sigs, nice magazines, metal. They drop free really well. These mags are made in America, unlike the other ones. The older ones are made by Metgar in Italy. I like this. This thing, I could compare it to a Glock 48. I really could, but I like the ergonomics a little bit more. It's not as blocky as the Glock 48. Now, I'm very critical of every gun that I own because I run the snot out of them. Like I said, I'm a full-time firearms instructor, and I'm shooting every day. Every day I'm working, I'm shooting. I love it. It's my passion. It's my life. So I'm going to rag on everybody if their stuff breaks. And usually I do that on my Instagram, and I call out manufacturers. Some reach out, some don't. If they don't, I have to call customer service and be like, hey, are you going to warranty this, or am I going to blast you online? And usually they're really cool, and it doesn't get to that point anyway. But these mags, they just drop free. So if you have a Glock 48 and you have to pay extra money for that shield arms mag, that one mag, plus that slide catch, it adds up. This, it comes with the two mags. The price point's around $800. It's a little much, but what you're getting, I feel, is really nice. Now, my 365 XL owners, I have a treat for you, and you're going to see that right now. My 365 XL owners are going to be very happy to see this. So this is my 365 XL slide. I have a Romeo 0 on it. And there we go. All right. So they just started releasing these grip modules, and they're about $79 a piece, I think. And I actually have one coming in the mail. I think this is the best thing that Sig could have ever done. Your fire control unit is going to drop right in here. It won't have a flat face trigger unless you have one already. If you're a 365 XL owner and you want to take advantage of this grip surface area and the increased magazine capacity, guess what? Now you can for under $100. I'm sure Wilson Combat's going to come out with these sooner or later, and that's going to be welcome as well, and an awesome addition. The magazines, they are still just as expensive though, but I've seen some combos out there already for a grip module and 2 mags or 4 mags, and if you really want to take advantage of this gun in a good configuration, I think this is the way to go instead of buying a whole nother gun. Now, where do I think this would be good and come into play? Responsibly armed citizen in a free state with no magazine restrictions. This is awesome. 17+1. You carry an extra mag that's 35 rounds at your disposal at any given time. Beautiful, accurate, and it's just a sexy piece. Law enforcement, military, you're doing some kind of low pro package, conducting surveillance, some kind of contractor work, some kind of dignitary protection. It's still only 1.1 inches thick. You can keep this on an appendix carry, whether it's at your nut bag or 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever. The ability to have those extra high capacity mags, the ability to have a light, the ability to have a dot on there. It's good to go. And the fact that it's still 1.1 inches, it's awesome. That low pro package that you're doing, all right? You're carrying a Glock 19 Gen 5. It's literally the same weight. It's 21 ounces. How could you beat that for 17+1? You just can't, in my opinion. And I think Glocks are great. I love them. I have so many of them. I have a shitload of 320s, a shitload of classic lines, and I have a shitload of Glocks. I can say this is great. So sight radius, trigger weight, trigger pull length, trigger return, grip surface area, the ability to mount optics. You really can't go wrong with these Sigsauers. They're just really nice. So this is the 365, this is a micro, and this is the macro right next to it. So guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for choosing Big Dick Ballistics. We're doing a lot of good things this year, a lot of cool new things, thanks to you, the viewer. Special shout out to John from Three River Blades for lending me this 365 macro. You can check him out, Three River Blades. He also has Three River Kydex. He just made me this awesome holster from my knockoff Spectre right here. Nice outside the waistband, hooks up positive. It's really nice. It's actually like more than I asked for, and that's what I need. Keeps close to the body. On Three River Blades, BDB10 for 10% off. Also check out 1791 Gun Leather. Check out their link in my link tree. Code BDB10 for 10% off there as well. American-made gun hide and Kydex. Also, BigDickBallistics.com. Remember, the job's dead. Every dollar you spend on there goes towards the channel. New stuff for you. I'm going to give you the best information on the newest products out there. If you want to send me anything, you could email me. My link will be below. Remember, keep training. Stay informed with what's going on out there in the gun world. Remember to educate yourselves, your family. Remember to vote the right way.